So, dudes, I played a little bit of the Battlefield beta yesterday, and I don't know what to think. Just watch this guy, okay? Huh? And this guy is a specialist who has a grappling hook, and we're gonna talk about specialists in a little bit. I can't tell whether or not he's grapple hooking on that ledge there to, like, kind of swing himself over, or if he's just sprinting and jumping. But if he has that much momentum from sprinting and jumping, that feels a little bit weird. And obviously, if we got people grapple hooking around like this, it also feels weird. Here's another example of this weird floaty looking movement. Now watch this clip and pay attention to the movement, and you tell me if this isn't something out of Warzone. Just tell me. Like, I literally do that slide like something that I would have done in an Apex game or a Warzone game, right? The slide, I move my aiming point as far perpendicular to the angle from which this guy is approaching me at to make myself harder to hit. And I anticipate the movement, right, by snapping back. That's a Warzone move. So the rest of this is going to be B-roll while I flap my trap. And yeah, that's one of my main complaints on the new Battlefield is I don't like the sped up movement. I don't like the COD-like movement. You know, because if I wanted to play COD, I'd play COD. And this isn't a COD movement like, oh, it's 2012 and we just added sprinting while reloading. The game is ruined because it's like Call of Duty, right? That's not what I'm saying. Stuff like slides, slide canceling, fucking grapple hooking around, that works in an arena shooter, that works in an arcade shooter. It doesn't work in a large scale, big battles, like huge teams versus huge teams, combined arms shooter like Battlefield, in my opinion. And the reason I'm making that comparison is because I'm gonna make Halo content at some point, and I know, right, there's gonna be people that say, oh, well, you liked it in Halo, but you don't like it here. Right? Like, if I like Call of Duty and then I play CSGO, someone's like, oh, well, you like ADS, yet you play CSGO. Coincidence? Different mechanics work in different environments. Battlefield was never a game about the movement. Like, the movement was an afterthought. Right? You sprinted, crouched, prone. That's it. You blew up buildings, you had vehicles, combined arms, different classes that interacted with each other. That's what made Battlefield. But now, the classes don't really interact with each other much at all. And the reason for that is because of the specialist system. So the movement, I could get over. The specialist system, I won't get over. I fundamentally disagree with the implementation of the specialist system. I do not like it. And the reason I don't like it is because they have taken class identities from previous Battlefield games, going all the way back since Battlefield 3 or even Bad Company 2, and they have taken those class identities away, and now a lot of those gadgets and those guns are interchangeable. It's basically create a class with a couple abilities that the specialist gets. I wouldn't have an issue with this if the specialist abilities were like little, cute, fun, quirky gadgets and stuff, right? But there's one specialist, and she's the only specialist that can revive people back to full health. There's squad reviving that got revitalized from Battlefield 5, but that's only half health, and it takes a while. There's a guy with a grappling hook. There's a guy with a turret. There's a guy with a UAV. Okay? Those are unique abilities to those characters. What is not unique are abilities like ammo packs, health packs, AT launchers, stinger missiles, frag grenades, recon grenades, LMGs, snipers. Those are all interchangeable. So, for one, there's no class identity anymore. And that presents a massive problem for the Battlefield sandbox. And this is the thing about class-based shooters that gets overlooked quite a lot, is that visual identity is a game design choice. Okay, it's not just something that, oh, well, it's just cosmetic, who cares? No, in a class-based shooter, especially in a class-based shooter, right? You see a medic, you know that they're gonna give you a med pack, maybe. You see an ammo guy, you know they're gonna give you ammo, maybe, right? Team Fortress 2, the whole design of Team Fortress 2 was done this way on purpose, so that if you saw a silhouette from a distance, you could instantly identify what that person was capable of. If you saw a sniper, obviously he had a sniper. If you saw a soldier, he obviously had a rocket launcher. Now, obviously, it's more complicated than just the weapons that they have. It can be the way that they move around the map, how much health they have, right? It dictates the way that you play around the situation. You play around what the different characters bring. And now that's not here anymore. Now that is not in Battlefield 2042. Because anyone can get a rocket launcher. Anyone can have an ammo pack. Anyone can have a health pack. So nobody is playing off of each other. And it's not because, oh, all they want to do is run around and play COD, or they don't want to play the game right. No, they don't fucking know, right? They can't tell. So they default. They default to monkey, run around, shoot. Like game design is more than just providing a sandbox and going, okay, now play it like this, right? Like, you have to incentivize it. You have to create an environment to facilitate that kind of behavior. It's not enough to just tell them, right? That's lazy. That's lazy. It's lazy game design. Don't say, oh, it's about player choice. No, it's not about player choice. You just don't want players to commit to a role, to a job, because I guess it's gonna scare people away. Battlefield players are perfectly comfortable with playing a particular role. You know, and I know that there are medics who don't revive, and there are ammo guys who don't give out ammo. Those guys are bad players. Okay? It's not Warzone. It's not Call of Duty. It's a team-based game. It's a strategy game. You have to work together. Viral post on Reddit that pretty much summarizes the visual design problems here, because the characters on the Russian side and the American side both look just like each other. In previous Battlefield games, each team had a really unique visual identity. Right, in Battlefield 4, you had the Chinese army, Russian army, American army. Every engineer has an AT launcher on their back, right? So if you're in a tank and you see this, this big fucking RPG, right, on this dude's back, it's like, oh shit, back up. You see something and it affects your behavior. Guy with the bandolier, guy with the big helmet and the big gun, hey, he shoots a lot of bullets. He's probably got more bullets. That guy can give me more bullets. He's probably got an ammo crate. I'll go up to him and ask him for an ammo crate. In Battlefield 2042, this is gone. Battlefield 1, perfect example, even better example than Battlefield 4, right? Because you had so many different factions and entire expansion packs, maps that were dedicated to these unique looking armies fighting against each other in unique settings. And they had to visually stand apart from one another, right? Look at the medics. All the medics have crutches. You see a guy with crutches? Oh, I need healing. Hey, drop me a healing crate. What about this guy tells you that he has a grappling hook? What? Honest to God, if you didn't know that he had a grappling hook, if you saw this guy for the first time, would you have any idea? Now, there is a bug in the beta that has revealed skins, I'm assuming, that will be in the Battlefield portal when the base game comes out. But I don't think this is going to be in the main game, Battlefield 2042, like the base game, the default setting with the specialists, removed from portal. COD 2019, at least in Modern Warfare 2019, you had unique skins for 2 different teams. You had unique skins for one team and unique skins for another team. The only outfits that look unique from each other, from one team versus the other, in Battlefield 2042 are the bot uniforms. Like, the Russians have their unique BDUs, the Americans have their unique BDUs. And they honestly look better and more thematically sensible than the characters, than the specialists. Remember the character I mentioned that has the revivability? Yes, here she is. So, in some instances, some gameplay loops, you get like 4 or 5 grandmas holding down the fort, right? Like running around reviving people, and it looks so bizarre. And I know that they're gonna eventually add more specialists later in the full game. Guys, we're talking plus 100 people in the same match. So that means in order to get like a diverse selection of different characters, like a whole bunch of different characters in the same game, you're gonna have to add like what, 50 characters? And right now there's 4 in the beta. I'm assuming there's gonna be more in the full game. But like, is this the content model now? Is just specialists? Like, we have to come up with a new gadget for Battlefield? We're already having a hard enough time coming up with a new gadget for Rainbow Six Siege. Now we gotta come up with a new gadget every couple of months for Battlefield? That's going to be a huge balancing problem later down the line. You had a great formula with the classes that you had all the way going back from Battlefield 3 to Battlefield 4 to Battlefield 1 to Battlefield 5 even. And I didn't even play Battlefield 5. They kept that. What was the point in changing it up? What went wrong, right? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Oh, well, Greg, they have to come up with something new. They have to come up with something new to sell more games. Do they? Do they need to reinvent the wheel, or do they just need to iterate on the successful formula they already had? Because this isn't iteration. This is just changing it up for the sake of it, because I guess marketing said to do it, because hero shooters are the wave, and we're gonna catch the Warzone hero shooter trend in Battlefield. Okay, man. Good luck. I don't know why this was done. I think you could have sold the same amount of copies, probably more copies, if you had kept the formula that you had that was already proven to be successful. Right? Look at it from a business point of view. Don't just look at it from Greg is mean and complaining point of view. How many more copies do you think Battlefield 2042 sells than what they might sell if they keep the class system from the previous games? Name one. Name one guy. Name one guy who's going to get mad that it's recon, support, engineer, assault. Nobody. Nobody's going to get mad about that. Nobody in the right mind is going to find a problem with that. This is quite literally reinventing the wheel. This is reinventing the wheel in the most literal, applicable sense of that expression. You had a perfect fucking system, and you said, I don't want it to be perfect. Right? Like, I want this perfect thing to be less perfect. I don't get it. I really just don't get it. So yeah, I don't know if I'm going to be doing much Battlefield content, because what I played, it's too late, right? I know it's a beta. They're not going to completely gut this system. They're not going to completely gut specialists. They're not going to gut the movement. This is baked into the game, and there's no getting around it. So I don't know. I don't think I'm going to get it. I don't think I'm going to like it when it comes out. And that's really disappointing, because I was really looking forward to this game. But that's just my opinion. You guys might like it. Go ahead and get it if you want. And that's all I really got to say. Let me know if you guys agree or disagree with some of the changes here in the new Battlefield coming up. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Deuces.